Hello there and welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're doing very well. Welcome if you're new here. Wonderful to have you here. Hope you decide to stick around, and welcome back if you are returning. I appreciate you all so very much. All right, Cancer, what is going on between you and your person right now overall? Here's the Five of Pentacles. We also have the Nine of Cups and the Princess or Page of Wands. All right, so for some of you, this looks like, things have been, both of you are feeling like kind of turning your backs on one another in a way. I feel like you're both kind of trying to go your own way right now with this Nine of Cups, finding some pleasure in your own life right now. And with the Page of Wands here, this is very promising because this means you're really getting your spark back. You're feeling good about life right now again. So let's see. I'm going to look at each of you individually to see where you are. Cancer, where are you in this connection? What is your overall energy? So for some of you, this could have been like a period of rejection you went through, and now things are opening up for you again with this Nine of Cups and Page of Wands. Maybe some more flirting going on in this connection. All right, so what does Cancer look like? Here's the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Wands, and we have the Emperor. Whoa, I feel like you're getting really serious about your life in general. I feel that you're really trying to step onto your highest possible life path. I feel like you're not hiding so much in your shell right now. You're really trying to put yourself out there, either, looking for some new love, or even just being like, if my person is going to leave me out in the cold, I'm going to go on and I'm going to shine so brightly. I'm going to get down to business and be really serious about just making awesome things happen in my life right now. So where are they in relation to you, Cancer? Where's your person? Here's the Queen of Cups. All right, so they see you. I feel like maybe you've had this big shift in like your confidence or something, and I feel like this is making them really take notice again. And here's the Princess or Page of Pentacles. So this might really be making them rethink if they shut you out, or if they just haven't been giving you the attention you deserve or the time. So a lot of times I take the Page of Wands as like a new spark, maybe a little bit of a reboot in the connection. Here's the Ten of Wands. I feel like a lot of them maybe haven't been reaching out to you very much, possibly because they are just overloaded with work or stress or other responsibilities. So it might not be so personal against you. It's just they feel more like they don't have the energy right now. So of course that always means, if someone's not giving you, if the connection is imbalanced, it makes sense. You can move on if you'd like to, but let's see, I feel like a lot of you do see a lot of potential with this person, especially with this Wheel of Fortune. This could be referring to them, where you just feel like everything locks into place with this person. You feel like this person is so great for you. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands here, clarifying the Ten of Wands. So many of you watching, this is a twin flame connection, and this is the classic story of this is a very intense connection. They did get overwhelmed by it, but I feel like they still have you there in their heart, in their thoughts. So let's see what else is going on here. What about for you, Cancer? But I feel like you're really starting to rise into your power here. I feel like you're like, I'm not going to wait for someone, to come in and save me, or I'm going to go make things happen myself. Not that you were really like that before, but I feel like that's just really starting to come up in you. Stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. So I feel like, you want this person around for a long time, many of you, but I feel what's going on here is you guys are trying to just surrender whatever's going on in this connection and just go do you. And you're like, if this is really meant to be, it will come back around. So a lot of you are, not worrying too much about it like you were before. Your soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you unconditionally. So yeah, I do feel like this person really does recognize you as their, you know, perfect special counterpart here for many of you, especially with this Four of Wands. So they are feeling this with you, but their actions might not be really matching up right now, especially if they are kind of hiding from this, if this connection is quite intense and feels a little burdensome right now with everything they need to get accomplished in their life. They might just be feeling like this is just not the right time to go forward with this. So what about for both of you? But I do feel, Cancer, if you felt rejected in any way, I do feel you are moving through this very much right now. I'm really feeling like a new and happy life for you here with this Nine of Cups and the Page of Wands. So your spirit has really been regenerated, rejuvenated here. And here, wow, fate, this is a destined partnership. Very interesting. With this Wheel of Fortune, the Soulmate card, the Four of Wands, the Stability card. So many of you, you're really sensing there's a big destiny with this person. You guys are meant to come together. Somehow it just might not be the right time right now. Okay, this is a story in many of the readings, but it's coming through pretty powerfully right now for you guys here. All right, so what else do we got for you, Cancer? I feel like you guys are just really doing the right thing in your life right now. You're not just pining over this person. Maybe you were for a while. And here's make the effort. Yeah, you guys are definitely putting the effort into your lives right now and maybe taking a lot more action than you have in a long time. Also with make the effort here, this is, you know, you are in the spirit where you will just do anything to make this work with this person. You're ready and willing. If they would just kind of give you a chance here. Okay, so what else for Cancer's person? Here's keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. So I feel like they were not expecting to meet you at all. Like this, you know, they weren't looking for love. They didn't even imagine really that, you know, someone that would really feel like would totally balance them out and complete them even existed. And here's you deserve love. You are lovable. So here we go, where this person is kind of keeping their distance. I feel like, I think this was in Pisces reading last week, where it's like they're loving you from a distance. Like they, because I feel like they're not quite ready to accept this kind of huge connection into their life right now. So it's like, they're like, wow, you know, you are really lovable, and they understand if you would go find love with someone else right now, just because if they haven't been giving you time and attention that you deserve, they're like, it's okay if you go somewhere else. I totally understand that, but you know, because they're just kind of stuck where they're not ready to embrace a big connection like this at this point in time. Okay, what about for both of you? And your soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. And wow, fate, this is a destined partnership. So I was going to say, this is a pretty powerful reading here. Okay, what else for Cancer? So I feel like many of you, if this was anyone else, and this person wasn't like giving you time and attention, you'd be like, I'm moving on, that's it. But with this person, it feels like the connection is so special, so you might be really making more of an effort this time. You're maybe putting up with stuff you wouldn't normally put up with. And I'm not talking about like really cruel or abusive stuff. I'm talking about just, you know, if they're like ghosting you or just, you know, not showing you how much you mean to them. But I feel it's like you're so intuitive and you can read underneath the surface. You feel like there's so much more there. Okay, so Cancer, we have service for you and expansion for them. All right, so yeah, I feel like their concept of love is growing right now, because keep an open mind. Their mind is expanding and opening to this love, because they really maybe they didn't even really believe in soulmates before, or maybe they kind of like dreamed of it, but they thought maybe it wasn't possible. So maybe they're taking a step back and they're needing some time to really process this and integrate this and really understand this connection with you and try to understand how to move forward with it, especially if there's a lot of obstacles between you. With service and make the effort, wow, yeah, I just feel like you guys are you've really done a lot for this person here. And I feel like you're still, even though you're really focusing more on your own self right now, which is great, I feel like you guys felt like kind of forced into that because you're like, well, I have nothing else I can do at this point, so I'm just going to go get on with my life and focus on myself. But I feel like you're still very dedicated to this person. You're still really willing to help them out and be there for them. Okay, so let's see here. Here's perseverance. Wow. And forgiveness. That's beautiful. So I feel like this is saying you guys can, maybe if there's a rough patch right now with this Five of Pentacles, or it's been going on for a while, this is saying like you guys can get through this right here. I feel like you both, to me this means also unconditional love. So I feel like this does exist between you two where you guys would just both forgive each other of just about anything. And this is just saying, you know, both of you are like fighters. You don't want to give up on things. So this is, I feel like this is here just to tell you to keep going. You know, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your life. There is something good that's meant to come out of this connection for you. Either you two are destined to come together farther down the road completely, or something amazing is going to come into your life where you don't even recognize your life anymore, like in a good way. All right, what else for you, Cancer? So the perseverance is here to, I feel, also say that I feel like this connection, if it was destined and planned to come together, part of the plan was for it not to be super easy to come together, because then when you finally do get together, it's like, wow, you'll appreciate it that much more. What do I have for Cancer? We both know I am not the one. So this could be where you're feeling rejected, and or this could be that, you know, you're feeling maybe not good enough for them in certain ways. So, or they've made you feel this way possibly, even if they feel within their heart you're the one, they maybe made you feel that you're not. And it's time for me to heal now. They do have a lot they still do need to process, so I do feel like they need like some time and space to come to terms with for them to figure out how to proceed in this connection. And of course, it's totally up for you how long you want to wait. If you want to move on to, you know, pursuing a new relationship, it's totally up to you. Okay, so Cancer, what else for you? Here's warmth. I miss you and your warmth. Very interesting, since the Five of Pentacles is being out in the cold. So I feel, yeah, you're really missing the interactions with this person. Maybe you used to interact more regularly with them. And I feel they're missing it as well. They're just not really giving you a clue about it. Here's depressed. Nothing matters anymore. I give up. So yeah, this Ten of Wands can often remind me of depression as well, because it's just overwhelmed. You're burned out, so you have like no more energy left to give. So they could be really in kind of a low energy space where it's like they don't even know how to, they don't have like the mental energy to even, you know, learn how to solve this problem between you two, if there is a problem, or just, you know, I feel like they feel they need to explain themselves to you or tell you something, maybe apologize to you for something. I feel like they're very much stuck, like in a routine, and it's hard for them to break out of it right now. Okay, so what else for Cancer? What are you thinking about this person right now? There's the Two of Wands. Definitely at a decision point. And the Knight of Swords. We got two more cards here. The Ten of Wands. And the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I'm seeing here that this person, you've definitely gotten, maybe for a long time, you were really like here and dedicated to this person, and you're just like, I'm going to be here for the long run. And I feel like at this point, this person maybe still just hasn't been coming through. Maybe they've given you some signs that they're like, man, you just need to move on for right now, because they really feel, even though they see that you know, you're a beautiful person, a beautiful partner. They're like, I just can't give you what you deserve right now. So this has made you finally contemplate, I just need to go my own way, make my own path here, go on my own quest with this Knight of Swords. And with the Ten of Wands, you know, this has been, you've been pretty burned out by this connection as well. You've been overthinking this. I feel like you're really trying to free yourself from this. And with the Seven of Cups here, you could be overwhelmed at the various options available to you right now. Maybe if you're thinking of like dating other people or just where to go forward in life, I feel like this is hard for you to make another choice because you were really set on this person, and I can see why with this Fate and Soulmate card here. So, and the Stability card, I feel like it's really hard for you to move on to someone else. But sometimes I feel like you're just going forward, crashing through life just fine. But then when you allow yourself to dwell on this, it's just overwhelming, and you're not too sure where you want to go with your future. Other times you're very clear and charging forward. So, all right. Yeah, for Cancer, sometimes it can be kind of hard to let go of the past. You're always kind of looking back. Okay, so part of you is moving forward very quickly, and part of you is still kind of like, what if? Okay, for them, what are they thinking about you, Cancer, right now? Here's the Four of Wands. So another Four of Wands. So if some of them recognize the twin connection or you told them about it, I feel like they're doing a lot of thinking, contemplating on this right now. Or this could just be them thinking about the happy times they've had with you. Just what a good partner you would make for them here. And here's the Magician with the Queen of Coins or Pentacles. I feel a lot of them feel they need to catch up to you. Maybe you guys are ahead of them in life somehow with either money or career. Or they could just be very focused on trying to transform their life to become maybe a match for you. Maybe they feel there's some kind of imbalance between you two. So I feel like they feel if they let someone else in right now, they're going to lose their power to manifest what they want in their life, what they've envisioned for their life for a while now. But I feel like they're doing the connection with you is kind of like outweighing everything else in their mind right now. I feel like sometimes they feel like they're losing power when it comes to you. So this could be why they might have pushed you away. Yeah, because the reason I'm feeling like they pushed you away is because we have this Five of Pentacles here and them being overwhelmed by things with this Ten of Wands. Okay, and then you really standing up in your power, you know, with the Emperor here, that's someone who just gets kind of, like I said, business-like, serious business, not so much wanting to be all in love right now, and that's not your typical Cancer. Usually Cancers are really wanting to be sharing the love because you guys are such emotional people. Okay, so Cancer, what are you feeling for them overall? And I'm a Cancer, by the way. All right, here's Judgment. It's been a very powerful time for you. You guys are making some serious changes. Well, here's the Knight of Cups. Here's these feelings we're speaking of that you just will not, you feel like you cannot let them go. Here's the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, speaking of not being able to, feeling like you can't let them go. Okay, and the Knight of Pentacles. So, speaking of taking action in your life, you have like 3 knights here. It's interesting. So, Judgment in the Knight of Cups. I feel like you are coming to terms with all of your feelings you had for this person. You're coming to a place of peace. You're like, everything that happened in the past, you know, I'm just going to let go, forgive it. I'm ready. I'll do a restart with this person if they will, you know, come in and give another chance and make some effort here. And with the Four of Pentacles, yeah, I'm feeling like you don't want to really let go of the chance for this relationship to work out. You don't want to totally let go of your feelings for this person. And yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, you just feel like this person's really here to stay. So yeah, I feel very hesitant to want to move on and bring your feelings to someone else. Okay, yeah, and here's the Ace of Swords. It's coming out as well. And these kind of popped out as well. And we also have the Devil and Justice. Ace of Swords, Devil, and Justice. I feel like you're hesitating completely moving on because you feel like there's still like some kind of talk you need to have with your person here. So something is, yeah, you feel like something's still unbalanced. You feel like there's still some karma that needs to be cleared between you two so you can just move on clean and clear. So, but I feel like many of you, this is just really, really haunting you. So it could be, you know, to find some more peace, maybe there's something you have to speak to your person right now. Maybe if there was, you feel like there was something unfair, or maybe if you're afraid that you did something unfairly, maybe to make you feel more at ease and at peace and be able to just kind of surrender a bit more to just make yourself feel better. Maybe there is something that you need to speak to them or message them about, write them a letter, whatever it is. Okay, how are they feeling about you, Cancer? Here's the Ten of Swords. Okay, yeah, so that's a confirmation of a lot of them are not speaking to you right now. They are really feeling that. And here's the Fountain in reverse, extra card in this deck. To me, this could be like kind of like the Ace of Cups, where there's a lot of feelings there for you and they are trying to submerge them, maybe kind of, yeah, push them down, deny them in a way, cut them off. Here's the Empress. And here's Death. So I feel very much it's like this very strong pull towards you here with the Empress, because this is a very attractive person, someone who is really has a lot of the qualities you'd be looking for in a partner. So I feel like they are just like, I'm not ready for this. I feel like very much they're trying to stop their attraction for you. Since this is a very big partnership, for many of you, I don't feel like this is going to work very well. This could be a period of time they have to go through to try to cut off the feelings, and for them to then come to the realization, go through this intense process, this intense transformative process, emotional, like facing their emotions, that they're then going to be able to come back around to you and realize that this is a lot deeper than they thought, that it's not just some passing attraction here or just some, you know, dream or something like that. It's a real thing between you two. Okay, so their mind is opening though here. Keep an open mind, expansion. Their heart could be expanding as well right now. So they're just having to go through this intense process. They need this time apart from you to be able to understand more. And here's the Eight of Wands. So I do feel like there was a lot of passion here for you, and this might have been kind of bothering them or disturbing them in a way, not because they thought it wasn't good to have feelings for you, but just, you know, it was kind of distracting them from what they were trying to get done in their own life. Okay, before you came along. So I feel like they're trying to go back to how things were before you came along. Okay, but I feel for many of you, they're not going to be able to return there. They're going to see that everything is different because you have opened their mind to something incredibly different here. They can't go back. And it's time for me to heal now. So yeah, they are taking their space and their time to feel better. So I feel like if you've been in pain, I feel like they're kind of in pain now too. I feel you guys have healed a lot though, because I'm not seeing a lot of pain right here, which is great. So for them, I feel like it's kind of like, well, now you've gone through the pain. Now it's kind of their turn to go through this pain of separation and get to the healing. Okay, what are your intentions toward them, Cancer, right now? Here's the King of Wands. King of Wands again. The Hanged Man. And Temperance. Wow. So this is really beautiful here, the Temperance, the Hanged Man. I feel like you guys are willing to just be patient and just let this person have their time to heal. I feel like you're not ready to take action right now. You are so busy and involved in taking action in your own life and really just making yourself a really great foundation that is only going to, I feel like your life is just going to go, it's like you're on an upward spiral right now. So definitely no intentions to be trying to push for this connection right now. You've probably felt like you already pushed as much as you could, or you did everything you knew you could to make this work. So now all you can do is just kind of hang back, relax, and just let the universe kind of work things out for you. Let them have their healing time. Here's the High Priestess. So yeah, you guys are just taking your time to yourself, coming to peace in yourself, which is great, because this is what will help reset and reboot this relationship if it is meant to be. All right, so Cancer's person, what are they? What are their intentions for you right now? Here's the Three of Wands. Judgment. And the Three of Coins, Three of Pentacles. So with the Three of Wands here, I feel like they're not going to be taking any action right now. This is still, I feel like they're waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for their ships to come in. This could be something with their career or something that needs to change in their life. But I feel like they're feeling like you guys are going to reconnect in the future. I feel like they don't feel like this is over either. So the Three of Pentacles, this could even mean working with you in the future. And this could be, maybe they don't have conscious intentions of this, or, you know, coming together to build something together. And Judgment here, this could mean, you know, there is something destined for them that's going to come in and wake them up and see the light, and maybe see you shining here with this King of Wands here. You know, that's someone who definitely can get a lot of attention, and I feel like this is going to really just impress them, and this is going to be their wake-up call. Like, wow, I can't let this get away from me. Okay, and they might start realizing, like, they don't want to be pushing you away. Okay, so let's get a little more information here. So what are their main blocks in this connection with you, Cancer? The Six of Swords. Some of you, this could be a long distance connection here. They could also just be, I feel like there are some just mental and emotional issues that they're dealing with, like possibly depression here, and they're trying to find some mental peace and calm right now. So they feel like they can't allow anyone else, even a really beautiful person like you, into their space, like their mental, emotional space right now. And here's the Five of Cups. Yeah, speaking of like emotional issues, this can be a little bit of, you know, depression, some sadness, just disappointment. So again, they still have emotional stuff to overcome before they can be in a, you know, solid, steady place for a relationship. Okay, any other blocks? Shaman, whoa. Soul retrieval is needed for you to remember who you were before trauma and pain shaped you into false versions of your divine selves. Wow, you guys. So yeah, it's time for me to heal now. This person is going through a very intense healing period. We have the Death card here as well. That's, you know, deep stuff where, you know, so this is good though. I feel like I feel you've awakened them and expanded their mind, and you've helped them see that they want to be a better person. They don't want to stay stuck in pain. They do want happiness again in their life. So that's really interesting. Okay, so now let's look at what does the near future hold for you and this person, like the next week or so. Okay, this feels like a very broad, long, ongoing connection. So there might not be a whole lot of action in the next week, but maybe for some of you. All right, so we have the World here, the Two of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and here is the Five of Wands. Okay, so with the World here, this is always nice to see. I feel like this is saying you guys are going to be making some good progress in your career, or just feeling, or either you're coming to completion about something in this relationship. Maybe you felt undecided about something, and you know whether you should, maybe you've been struggling with how much you should distance yourself from this connection here. You've really been just battling that in your mind, or maybe you guys have been trying to go back and forth between should you walk away, or at least, you know, just kind of calm down, keep some space, or should you, you know, come to this person and, you know, fight for this connection right now. And I feel you're going to be coming to a resolution within yourselves this week here about that, about some kind of decision that you've been wrestling with this connection. So that's good. All right, so let's see. Advice for Cancer. What advice do you most need in this connection? And then we'll get you messages from your person, Cancer. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. Let's get one more card here. So this could be saying like this person has always really appreciated just how kind and generous you were with them. So, you know, don't lose this side of you. You can be like this King of Wands here. Go out, do your thing, but don't lose this side of you either, because this is, I feel like, what this person really was first attracted to. They love that part of you. And here is Death. Yeah, don't lose that part of you. Also, this could be saying do lose the shadow sides of this person, which could be just over-giving and not giving enough to yourself. You know, transform this part of you to where maybe you have some boundaries up. And, you know, don't put yourself in a place where you feel taken advantage of in any way. Okay, more advice for Cancer. So I feel like maybe this part of the relationship is over, where you were just over giving to them all the time. Because we have that service card here, make the effort. You were always making the effort for them. So right now, this is the end of that phase, and it's time for you to go put the power and the energy into your own life to make yourself into a star in your life, instead of trying to always make this person into a star. They've got to do their own stuff right now. But don't lose this part of you, obviously. But I feel like it's a very natural part of you. Ooh, nice. Number 48. My future starts today. That is beautiful. So that's interesting. So we said something about how Cancers, you know, can tend to look back to the past, live in the past. But it's, you guys are going to be so happy if you just keep looking forward to the future and get excited about what you can do in your own life. It's really cool. Okay, so what would they say to you, Cancer? What would your person actually say to you? I wish we could start over. Interesting, since we have this spark, this new spark here. So we have forgiveness. So I do feel like this person does want a new start with you eventually. Or even if they don't know it consciously, I feel like for many of you, this is kind of like part of like the soul contract or soul plan between you two. So take that if that resonates for you, because you're never bound to a person if you don't want to. You have free will. Okay, we both have wounds we need to heal. Oh my goodness, especially that. Like I said, you guys have made a lot of progress. And I'm extremely unhappy with my life. I feel like a failure. Wow, you guys. Yeah, there we are seeing that they do have more emotional issues than they are probably letting on. And maybe they appear really confident and they're not really. I send you telepathic messages. That's interesting with the Queen of Cups coming up here. So that could be speaking of they do feel some kind of a dreamy or psychic link with you that they might have never felt. Whoa. Oh yeah, speaking of dreams that they've never really felt with anyone else before. I've had very vivid dreams of you. And I'm so tired of sabotaging this connection. When this comes up, I feel like that's them saying, like, yeah, I know it's my fault. Things aren't working well between us. I've got a tarot reading on you. All right. So, like I say, when this card comes up, this is a literal for some of you. Maybe they're watching like tarot videos, or, but for more of you, this means like they really are curious what you're up to. They are curious what the future holds for you too. Okay. What else do they say to you? You are the song of my heart. So music could be a big thing in your connection. They could be hearing music and it's reminding them of you, since we do have this very watery connection here, like with the telepathic messages, the vivid dreams, music. So they are in their emotions when it comes to you. I miss you more than you know. We just have that 5 of Cups coming up for them. Feel like they're trying to move on from missing you, and they're going to find that's not going to be very easy. And you are worth fighting for. Now that's interesting, since the 5 of Wands was here, and I was actually saying, you know, you're going to be struggling with whether you should keep fighting this, whether you should keep trying to fight for this. And I think for you, the answer is no, stop fighting. You've done all the fighting you possibly could. It's time for you to just surrender All right, and here's I've had sleepless nights caught between confusion and pain. Let's split the deck here. I want to travel the world with you. Interesting, since the world came up. All right, so for many of you, this is a very powerful destined connection that's far from over. For others of you, the smaller number of you, you will just be moving on and finding someone new because you don't feel like it's going to work with this person. You really do want to find someone new, and but a lot of you are going to be just really just making magic in your own life right now and really doing a lot of deep work on yourself and transforming things in your life. Your life's going to be totally different than it ever was, and you're going to be really happy about that. And we have the Emperor. Whoa, I feel like you're getting really serious about your life in general. I feel that you're really trying to step onto your highest possible life path. I feel like you're not hiding so much in your shell right now. You're really trying to put yourself out there, either, looking for some new love or even just being like, if my person is going to leave me out in the cold, I'm going to go on and I'm going to shine so brightly. And I'm going to get down to business and be really serious about just making awesome things happen in my life right now. So where are they in relation to you, Cancer? Where's your person? Here's the Queen of Cups. All right, so they see you. I feel like maybe you've had this big shift in like your confidence or something, and I feel like this is making them really take notice again. And here's the Princess or Page of Pentacles. So this might really be making them rethink if they shut you out or if they just haven't been giving you the attention you deserve or the time. So a lot of times I take the Page of Wands as like a new spark, maybe a little bit of a reboot in the connection. Here's the Ten of Wands. I feel like a lot of them maybe haven't been reaching out to you very much, possibly because they are just overloaded with work or stress or other responsibilities. So it might not be so personal against you. It's just they feel more like they don't have the energy right now. So of course that always means, if someone's not giving you, if the connection is imbalanced, it makes sense. You can move on if you'd like to, but let's see, I feel like a lot of you do see a lot of potential with this person, especially with this Wheel of Fortune. This could be referring to them where you just feel like everything locks into place with this person. You feel like this person is so great for you. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands here, clarifying the Ten of Wands. So many of you watching, this is a twin flame connection, and this is the classic story of this is a very intense connection. They did get overwhelmed by it, but I feel like they still have you there in their heart, in their thoughts. So let's see what else is going on here. What about for you, Cancer? But I feel like you're really starting to rise into your power here. I feel like you're like, I'm not going to wait for someone, to come in and save me, or I'm going to go make things happen myself. Not that you were really like that before, but I feel like that's just really starting to come up in you. Stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. So I feel like, you want this person around for a long time, many of you, but I feel what's going on here is you guys are trying to just surrender whatever's going on in this connection and just go do you. And you're like, if this is really meant to be, it will come back around. A lot of you are, not worrying too much about it like you were before. Your soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you unconditionally. So yeah, I do feel like this person really does recognize you as their perfect special counterpart here for many of you, especially with this Four of Wands. So they are feeling this with you, but their actions might not be really matching up right now, especially if they are kind of hiding from this, if this connection is quite intense and feels a little burdensome right now with everything they need to get accomplished in their life. They might just be feeling like this is just not the right time to go forward with this. So what about for both of you? But I do feel, Cancer, if you felt rejected in any way, I do feel you are moving through this very much right now. I'm really feeling like a new and happy life for you here with this Nine of Cups and the Page of Wands. So your spirit has really been regenerated, rejuvenated here. And here, wow, fate, this is a destined partnership. Very interesting. With this Wheel of Fortune, the Soulmate card, the Four of Wands, the Stability card. So many of you, you're really sensing there's a big destiny with this person. You guys are meant to come together. Somehow it just might not be the right time right now. Okay, this is a story in many of the readings, but it's coming through pretty powerfully right now for you guys here. All right, so what else do we got for you, Cancer? I feel like you guys are just really doing the right thing in your life right now. You're not just